Hello viewers, how are you? Hope you are fine. Welcome back to my channel Drawing Time with Story. Hope you are doing great. If you are new in my channel, I will introduce myself and my channel with you. I am Suraya Parvin, and in my channel I select an object or a theme to draw, and while drawing I will deliver you some information or narrate a story about it, or just simply we gossip, we share the personal experience. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel to stay connected with me, to gossip with me, the Drawing Time with Story. And please don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever I release a brand new video just for you. So as you saw, today I selected to draw a pink or purple sky, and I will deliver you some information why the sky looks like pinkish or a purple hue sometimes. So let's get started. Did you know that the light from the sun contains all the colors of the rainbow within it? To our eyes, pure sunlight looks, what is the color? White, obviously white in color. But even though it looks white, it is filled with color. What does this have to do with the sky though? When sunlight travels through the sky, it passes through evaporated water and gas and clouds and other particles in the air. And these particles both refract and reflect the light, scattering some of sunlight's colors. The longer sunlight travels through the sky, the more colors the sunlight loses. Some colors do make it through, however. During sunshine, sunlight has a longer distance to travel through the sky before it reaches you. The colors that make it to your eyeballs are pinks and oranges and reds because they are less likely to be scattered by the atmosphere. In turn, the morning sunlight fills the sky with a blaze of pinks and reds. And now I will share you a fun fact with you. If you place a clear glass of water in sunlight with a piece of white paper in its shadow, you can see the sunlight refracted into a rainbow on the paper. Oh, just awesome! You can do it with me too. Often we hear that the weather predicts something, such as when the earthquake happens, the frogs are emerged from the water body, that something unusual is happening. The earth, the mud is shaking, so they get out of the water body to set off in a safer place. So during the typhoon or tsunami, the sky color may be changed into pink or purple hue. And now we will know why. It's not unusual for pre-storm skies to have intense, unusual colors. When a particularly strong storm hits, whether it's a typhoon, cyclone, or hurricane, the skies can take pinkish or violet or purple hues. While it may look beautifully ominous, there is a scientific reason behind it, that why this happens, and it involves physics too. The phenomenon is, which often precedes or follows a major storm, is the result of a scattering. First of all, we need to understand why the sky is blue in the first place. There are tiny molecules of water, dust, and other gases in the atmosphere. These molecules scatter sunlight and diffract into different color wavelengths. Because blue has the shortest wavelengths in the visible spectrum, or the you can know that the colors has our visibility spectrum, and we can see the blue color easily because the blue color has the shortest wavelength. It is the blue color is scattered more than the other colors. As the wavelengths are short, they can scatter so easily, and it travels as shorter, smaller waves. This is why we see the sky as blue at least most of the time. The heavy storms push away the larger molecules which scatter wavelengths more evenly. This makes the colors of the sky appear more vivid, but that's just a part of it. When a massive storm hits, warm air rises rapidly above seawater, causing evaporation. This leaves behind a higher amount of salt molecules and crystals, which cause a more intense scattering of short wavelengths, which we see superimposed on the normal blue colors of the sky. This is a different process to sunrise or sunset, which can also produce somewhat similar colors. That happens because when the sun is low on the horizon, sunlight passes through more air at sunset and sunrise than during the day, which means more molecules scatter the violet and blue light. Instead, when it comes to storms, it's this modification of the atmosphere that is responsible for the vivid sky colors. But there is another trick we need to discuss. Although the sky shows up as violet or purple, it's not really violet. Instead, what we are seeing is pink superimposed on the regular blue color of the sky, particularly when it gets darker outside. This is absolutely the magical performance of the colors. We will discuss a beautiful fact now. That is why the objects are colored, why we see the objects colorful. Important question and fun questions too. An object is colored because some wavelengths are reflected and others are absorbed. In other words, we can say that when something is blue or red or any color, it absorbs all wavelengths except for the one we are seeing, the one that gives its color. This explains why we see most colors but things lie differently for pink. We perceive the colors because of the way our brain translates light bouncing off of different objects. So, even though pink is not in the spectrum, we can obtain it easily by mixing red and white pigment, for instance, but don't look down on pink. All colors are interpretations of our brain, so it doesn't make pink any lesser of a color. Have you ever seen the pink sunsets? Have you ever experienced the sunset in the pink sky? Maybe or maybe not. At one time or another, everyone has marveled at the beautiful reddish orange hues of a sunrise or sunset. Although red-orange sunsets are common everywhere, certain regions are famous for pink sunsets. The deserts and urban cities quickly come to mind. Do you know why do some parts of the world enjoy more unusual colors in the setting sky than others, and what causes them? What are the different sunset colors? How do pink sunsets indicate? This and the science behind sunset colors are explored will be very soon. During sunrise and sunset, the rays of the sun must pass through almost 30 to 40% more area at the atmosphere than they do during any other times of the day, and a greater number of dust or water vapor before they reach human eyes. The shorter violet and blue wavelengths in the spectrum scatter away from the human field of vision. However, the longer yellow, orange, and red wavelengths of light don't scatter as much. Thus, the sky takes a yellow, orange, and red palette. You might wonder now where the pink came, as pink is not a wavelength in the visible spectrum. Its appearance is caused solely by the mixing of red with white. Experts consider pink a variant of red wavelength. The sunset or sunrise colors of the sky may change in the summertime and the wintertime. Summer sunsets in certain parts of the world tend to cover the sky entirely with red, orange, or pink shades, while winter sunsets usually give a band of colors because there are more haze and dust particles hanging around during the summer season. According to studies, the atmosphere should contain more aerosols to get a red or pink sky. Aerosols are fine, solid, or liquid particles in the air arising from both natural and anthropogenic sources. Anthropogenic means the agents that is caused by human being. The natural aerosols come from forest fires, sandstorms, or volcanic eruptions. Volcano eruption results in the release of sulfuric acid into the stratosphere layer, causing red or crimson sunsets. The eruptions of Indonesia's Krakatoa volcano in 1883 resulted in strongly beautiful crimson sunsets around the world. Aerosols of anthropogenic origin, mainly from internal combustion engines in cars and trucks. Aerosols are also produced when fossil fuel is burned, releasing an enormous amount of sulfur dioxide gas into the air, which then becomes sulfuric acid aerosols. Most dust particles and water droplets in the atmosphere scatter the light, preferentially replacing violets and blues in the spectrum and enhancing the red, orange, or pink. And now, what determines the sky's colors at sunrise and sunset? The bright reds to soothing yellows and soft pinks we see in the sky come from sunlight scattered by air molecules, a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. And sometimes sunsets are yellow. When the polychromatic sunlight passes through atmospheric particles, it gets scattered along with different angles of dividation. During sunset, the light travels a maximum distance, causing the shorter wavelengths to scatter more than the longer ones. This explains how all other colors of the visible spectrum are filtered out and yellow or orange or red is left. Yellow sunsets are seen after a storm or hurricane passes. I just love the colors of the sky during sunset or sunrise, at daytime and nighttime. The sky is the resemblance of the vast, the broadness, and the divine beauty. So which color you love the most during sunrise or sunset? Let me know in my comment section, because your comments, your suggestions, your opinions inspire me and I get motivated to draw something better just for you. And who are new in my channel, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye.